second or third race in the tournament, so we're still near the beginning. Heisenburger and I have pretty similar PBs,
Hey, Mario!
and I just did the last race, so I know how it feels. It's pretty nerve-wracking to do these races in a marathon setting in front of all these people. So it appears Panther's playing on the English NTSC-U version, and I believe Heisenburger is playing on the Japanese NTSC-J version. So the first glitch, the first trick in this speedrun is Lakitu skip, where if you long jump on the leftmost side of the bridge, you have a few frames to jump again, and to skip the 8-second long cutscene where the Lakitu talks to you. So let's see if they pull it off. Heisenburger gets it. Panther misses it. That's okay, just a minor setback. The next trick is bomb clip, where the players will attempt to throw the bomb and grab it again. The later they grab the bomb before it explodes, the faster, because it will be bigger and it will push them back faster. So Heisen gets big bomb, that's the fastest. And when they reach the fence and they throw it, it will give them enough speed to clip through the wall, through the gate. That's one of the many wall clips in this game. That's probably the most common glitch in this game, is clipping through walls. Panther misses it, but he just does the backup for where you ground pound on the log. Doesn't lose too much time. Heisenburger's going to be doing the Whomp's 9 route, which is about a second faster than the Whomp's 8 route. That's where you do the slide, one slide first and then Whomps, and then you do the other slide afterwards. Looks like Panther is doing an interesting route. I'm not sure I've seen this one before. He re-enters Bob-omb Battlefield to do another star. Heisenburger entering Whomp's Fortress now. The first star that Heisenburger is going for here is Owlus. This is a very tricky star. It's a lot harder than it looks. You need some pretty precise analog stick movements, but he gets it. Looks like Panther is doing the Bomb King star. Next star Heisenburger is going for, I believe, Cannonless. So he'll be doing the setup here, which looks like just a bunch of useless stuff to the untrained eye, but it is it's a setup just so that you can run off that plank and run into the wall in just the right spot to grab the star. Looks like Panther is re-entering Bob-omb Battlefield again. And now Heisenburger is doing the 100 coin route, the 100 coins in Whomps is very cycle-based. There is this spinning wooden platform that you'll see here, and depending on where you make it, that depends on some different strats that you do. Like right there, that would be a half cycle. He was going for pro cycle, but he made some mistakes on the first red coin, so He made half cycle still. Looks like Panther is using the cannon to get the star on the island. Shoot to the island in the sky, I believe it's called. And right here, Heisenberger finishes up the 100 coin star.
Here we go!
Now Panther is going to do the slide star before Whomps. The reason why players don't always do Whomps 9 in runs is because Whomps is a very difficult stage and it's very reset heavy, so you want to get to it as quickly as possible, so if you have to reset, you can not waste any time, reset right off the bat, rather than doing another star beforehand, where it only saves about a second to do that route. But in a race, marathon setting, it really makes sense just to save an extra second to do that slide star first. Here Heisenberger showing how you can ground pound the Whomp. You can ground pound through the Whomp. You can clip through them. It's another clip glitch in this game. So he's done, or he has one more star in Whomps now. Looks like Panther is going for cannonless now during the setup. And he messes it up. It is, you can mess it up. It's got a little bit of precise movement to it. You have to ledge grab at just the right spot for it to work if you're doing the full setup. So now Heisenberger is going from Whomps, move on to do the second slide, and then wing cap after that. Panther trying cannonless again. Heisenberger gets a 12-7. I didn't see his first time, but a 12-7 is a good time for the slide. The best time you can get with that, without a very special setup that loses time in RTA, is 12.4. So a 12.7 is pretty good for RTA. Heisenberger gets the first 2 coins there on the wing cap. That can be tricky. And he gets all of them. Flying can be pretty tricky in this game. And he gets the tech skip there, which is where normally when you press a button and then you hit the ground, there will be a text box with like a tutorial on how to use the power-up that you just acquired. But if you grab the star before, if you don't hit the ground at all, and you just grab the star after hitting the button, then that is a tech skip. Take a few seconds. Panther working on 100 coins now in Whomps, and Heisenberger doing Bowser in the Dark World red coins. We'll be going for Shigeru Cycle. Appears he's on pace for it. And he gets it, just barely. That was appeared to me to be a bit of a risk, because a lot of the times, if you are late to Shigeru Cycle, you try to grab that red coin, you can just fall right off. It's definitely happened to me many times. And PantherSpeedruns finishing up 100 coin just there. So Heisenberger is finishing Dark World 12 with a time of, let's see, 10:15. That's pretty good. Pretty good for a marathon. He's on good pace. So PantherSpeedruns also doing the Whomp star here the same way, where he ground pounds through the Whomp, clips through the Whomp with the ground pound. And then Heisenberger is going to show off sky jump here. You do some incline kicks up this little hill, build up enough speed when you slide down to do a quick triple jump, make it all the way up to this island without the cannon. And there is a faster way to do that, that top players do in PB attempts, called Island Hop. It's actually slower for the star itself, but you would do it right before you would do it right after, or right before bomb clip at the beginning of the game. It would be the first star you get, and it's very difficult. It's where you don't even use the wing cap or the cannon to get onto the island, and it saves about 8 seconds because you don't have to revisit Bob on Battlefield. You just do both stars in one sitting. But it's a very difficult trick, so it's not marathon safe. PantherSpeedruns showing the owl strat. Doesn't lose too much time. I believe he's using Virtual Console, so only loses maybe about 3 seconds to doing Owless, and it's a lot less tricky, which is, and I definitely did it for a long time, so I don't blame him. Just started doing Owless recently, so it makes sense. And PantherSpeedruns misses the turnaround on the slide, but he'll be able to skip the cutscene that you'd have to watch both times of the star spawning, so it doesn't lose as much time as it looks like to go all the way down the slide. Heisenberger doing 100 coin now in CCM. Cool mountain. That is. Looks like he's getting the safety coin. I don't blame him. Yet again, a marathon safe choice. Only loses about 3 seconds to get that safety coin. Because if you get all of the normal coins and then you on this slide you can only miss 1 coin. So if you miss 2, then it would lose probably over a minute, 50 seconds or so, because you'd have to go back and do the penguin race again, or yeah, you'd have to go back and do the penguin race again after getting the 100 coin star outside, or you'd have to get more coins. So he's going to miss some coins intentionally, so he has 85 going into this last line of coins, so it's easy for him to long jump right into the star. And they're entering CCM here. So reminder, Panther and Heisen are doing different routes right here. So it's a little bit harder to be able to tell who's ahead, who's behind. Might be more accurate to look at the star count for that, with these different routes for now. So there is a slightly faster route if you do than Heisen is doing. He's doing CCM 18. If you do CCM Cool Mountain 17, where you finish the stage with 17 stars, it can be a little bit faster depending on what star you choose to replace it with. You can replace it with THI Reds, which is the red coin star in Tiny Huge Island, which would save about 2-3 seconds, maybe 4, to replace it with that one. Or you can do double pillarless, which also saves maybe 4 or 5 seconds. But pillarless is a very difficult trick. So doing it twice can be unforgiving. So Heisenberger entering Big Boost Haunt here. You only have to do 2 stars in Big Boost Haunt. Panther entering the slide for the second time during the 100 coin star. Looks like Heisenberger here is pressing A before B, causing him to dive and bonk into that wall. Common mistake because you press A and B about the same time anyway. So it's easy to press one before the other, press B before A on accident. And Panther finishing up the 100 coins in CCM right now. Heisenberger is going to do the second star. I believe this star is called the Secret of the Books, or something of the sort, where you normally have to go through a hallway in a library. You see here, we do a double jump kick, to skip that whole sequence right onto the balcony where the star is. And so Heisenberger exits BBH, Big Boost Haunt, on a good pace. Now he's going to head down and try to catch Mips, and then do Shifting Sandland, where hopefully we'll get to see some pillarless action, and hopefully he catches Mips better than I can. Blasters, they're flawless. There is a little bit faster of a way to do it. It's quite risky. It's where instead of diving, you punch, but it's a lot more precise, and it saves about half a second. Panther doing wall kicks will work in CCM right now. And yes, we will see Heisenberger attempting pillarless right here. It is a very difficult trick, yeah. You have to grab the bomb at just the right time. Either medium or big bomb works. Big bomb is a lot faster and easier to get. So that's just a little backup that loses probably only 4 seconds to do that backup star after missing pillarless like that. There we go, now he gets big bomb. PantherSpeedruns about to enter Dark World. Dark World. Oh, nice. Heisenberger skips the ground pound there onto the pyramid, which saves a little bit of time. So a very nice play from Heisenberger right there. Very fun star to watch. A very difficult trick. So when you're holding the bomb there, it was found by a TASer back many years ago that you can actually clip through the pyramid, the top of the pyramid, while holding the bomb. And you saw just there Heisenberger taking advantage of the shy guy so that he could fly over and touch the bird to grab the star. Panther finishing up the red coins in Bowser in the Dark World right now. And while Heisenberger enters LLL, Lethal Lava Land, on a good pace. He's definitely PB possible pace right now, Heisenberger is. I might say Panther probably is too. I know Heisenberger's route better, so I know the times that he should be finishing stages and such better than Panther's route. So it's a little bit easier for me to say. Heisenberger with the flawless red coins. Ooh, Panther missing the throw in Dark World. Throws in this game can be a little bit difficult. There we go. He gets a second try. Right here, Heisenberger will either go for the big bully or the 3 bullies and the big bully. Alright, he's going for the big bully. He got the ledge grab skip and the side flip. And, alright, so he's not going for the long jumps here. It's only a little bit slower to do that. Double jump dive. And it's a little safer too. A lot safer, actually. And now he's going to be doing the 3 bullies, which is pretty precise what he's about to do here. Just gonna ground pound to get all 3 of these bullies. Nice, got all 3. And Panther showing a different strat than Heisenberger was doing here for where he did a wall kick on at a different area up to the balcony in Big Boo's Haunt. So Heisenberger, I believe, is about to do either Lava Boost or the Elevator Star. Both are in the volcano. Alright, he's going for Lava Boost. So Heisenberger is mainly a 120 star runner, and Lava Boost is a trick that you only do in 70 star. So it's good that he just was able to complete it there. Ooh, see, those long jumps can be a little bit precise, the long jumps that you do when you're entering the volcano. And if you make one little mistake, you can hit that fire, because that fire is on a cycle. Ooh, nice save. Wow, that was very close. Nice save on the elevator star, grabbing the pull from Heisenberger. Still on a decent pace. And Panther is just heading downstairs now. I assume he's going to attempt to grab Mips also. Just entering this area, while Heisenberger enters Hazy Maze Cave. Panther does a jump kick on accident while trying to do a dive. Heisenberger completing a very hard trick. Ooh, no! Ooh. I spoke too soon. That is a rare thing that can happen in box jump. I believe if you're holding forward too much, if you're trying to go too fast and you're holding forward too much on box jump, then you will void out there and die. Let's see if he gets it this time. Yeah, I see. I can tell he's holding back a little bit more to be a little safer. Make sure he doesn't die again. And Panther grabs Mips there. Still better than I did it. So Panther is showing the alternate route for getting the pillarless star, which is where you use the shell and then you climb on all of the pillars. It loses a lot less time than you'd think getting pillarless. Getting pillarless, it loses about, depending on how fast you do each star, 10 to 13 seconds maybe. 10 to 15. Heisenberger got some bad boulder RNG there, but he backed it up with a nice wall kick. Nice little wall kick right there. Oh, it looks like Panther's doing a different strat than I've ever seen. Interesting. Oh, okay. He used the box, the triple jump, the triple box spring to get over that hill, that dune. And Heisenberger nails Christmas Miracle right there. Nice. And Panther gets the Sandbird Star. So we call that trick Christmas Miracle because runners used to not understand why it worked. Because sometimes when you hit the button, it would work. Sometimes you just wouldn't hit the button. You just plop right in the water. So they call it a Christmas Miracle when it did work. And now we know it works by depending on the height of your wall kick. You want to get a high wall kick after the triple jump, and also the frame of your wall kick. Because what frame your wall kick? We used to think it was 4 frames to wall kick. Now we know it's 5. Took us long enough to figure that out. Depending on what frame you wall kick will depend on how much speed you get. So Heisenberger entering Dire Docks right here, while Panther does a Bully Star. So this chest star, it might look like he's not actually grabbing the chests because he's not in front of them, but really you just have to be facing the same direction, or you have to be facing the opposite direction that the chest is facing, or the same direction that you would normally face to grab it, as if you were opening the chest, while you're touching it in order to open it. So in 120 Star, you'd also see that in Jolly Roger Bay without swimming, just while walking. Running, rather. PantherSpeedruns completing the red coins, state red coins, in Bowser in Lethal Lava Land here. While Heisenberger goes for the Bowser's sub star. I may be wrong on this, but the Bowser Substar is... We wouldn't do it in a 70-star run if we didn't have to, because it's pretty slow. But we have to in order to unlock Fire Sea, because DDD, Dire Docks, the water stage, its entrance is blocking Fire Sea until we do the star, and you'll see right here it moves backwards, unlocking the Fire Sea entranceway. While Heisenberger goes and does the last star. Panther being pushed around by the bully. It's bullying him pretty bad. But he gets the star anyway. As the name of the star suggests, he bullied the bullies. While Heisenberger bullies the Manta, grabs the last star in Dire Docks. And now he's about to enter a very technical stage, Fire Sea. Just one mistake can separate you between losing 0 seconds, 5 seconds, or maybe 15 to 20 seconds here. Because it's cycle-based. You can make Fire Sea, or you can make, Fire Sea Lava Boost early Ellies. You can make just regular early Ellies, which would lose you 5 seconds to that fastest cycle. And then you can make normal cycle, which would lose you about 15 seconds. And then you can make late normal cycle, which would lose you about... Ooh, he barely makes Fire Sea. Lava Boost Ellie's there. And he goes for good ending, just a little bit late, and he ledge grabs there. Ooh, wow. Oh, just barely missing that. I think he was expecting to ledge grab there, and he didn't. So he pressed A again to climb up, but he was already standing on it. I believe that's what happened. So he completes that with a good cycle. The best cycle that you can get for Ellies, which is Lava Boost Ellies. Just barely clutching it out. And Panther here showing the alternate route inside the volcano star. Instead of doing lava boost, you can also do this, which was just about 15 seconds, depending on how fast you do it, where you just climb up the whole volcano rather than taking the lava shortcut. Heisenberger finishes Fire Sea, still decent pace. Pretty good pace, actually. He might still be able to PB. I think he still can. His PB, again, is a 50-40, which is not very optimized for him, because, like I said, he normally runs 120. But most of the stars in 120 you do in 70 also. Or, sorry, most of the stars in 70 you do in 120 also, so... It's not like he's too rusty with that. There are a few differences. Like I said, you don't do lava boost in 120 star. So Heisenberger is on a possible 52 pace. I think it's a good upstairs. And right here he's going to start out Wet Dry World, the first star upstairs in 70 star with one star that you don't normally do in 120 star. Or one combination of stars, which is Wet Dry World, Secrets, and 100 together. Because normally in 120 star you do Wet Dry World, 100, and red coins together. So this is something Heisenberger might not be used to doing. And Panther here is in HMC, showing off the ceilingless glitch in HMC. And he voids out too! Wow. 2 players voiding out in HMC. So after you go over the ceiling, because it doesn't have a ceiling. Hazy Maze Cave does not have a ceiling, so once you go over the walls, you can void out there, because, you know, you're not supposed to be there. So that's sad. 2 players dying to that. Let's hope it doesn't happen again. So Heisenberger, you can only miss 1 coin here without having to get some backup coins, which doesn't lose too much time anyway, but he has 1 extra coin. As you can see here, finishing that 100.
Here we go! Here we go!
I'm just opening my splits here so I can see what pace Heisenberger is on, because we do the same route. PantherSpeedruns is going to be doing a star that you would either substitute for CCM, or for Cool Mountain 18, but he did Cool Mountain 18 instead of Cool Mountain 17. So I believe he is substituting it for Tock Clock 100, which I can understand, because that's a tricky star. And you need to be able to do it fast enough for it to save time over doing this star, which is the Toxic Maze. And just to specify, the 70-star category is like any percent. It is any percent, except the backwards long jump glitch and the MIPS clip glitch are not allowed. So it's pretty much any percent, no major glitches. Because those are glitches that save a lot of time, that skip stars. So without doing those stars in RTA, you have to complete the game with 70 stars without doing those strats. Those glitches, I mean. So Heisenberger finishing Wet Dry World here. He is... Wow, he's 1 second behind my personal best. And my PB is 52.56. His is 52.40, so mine is 16 seconds off from his. So if he's able to save 16 seconds on my PB, he can get a PB here. So he's definitely on good pace. We haven't seen any major mistakes from him other than dying in HMC. And we see PantherSpeedruns here showing another HMC clip through a wall. When you push up against the elevator on the right side there, you clip through the wall, and you're able to go down and get that star. Heisenberger showing off a backup for the secrets in THI. If he was just a little bit more to the right there when he ledge grabbed, he might have warped. And that would have lost some time. Heisenberger about to do the Piranha Plant Star here. Pluck the Piranha Flower. Doing slide kicks by pressing Z and B. Sliding right into the Piranha Plants. The giant Piranha Plants, I might add, because in 70 Star, if you don't do the Tiny Huge Island red coins, which some players will do in certain routes, if you don't do that one, you will always enter in, even in 120 Star, because you do Tiny Huge Island red coins with the 100 coin. So it's a little bit different. You do them on its own in 70 Star if you do them. You always enter in the small painting, which makes the island smaller, making it able to be traversed a lot faster. PantherSpeedruns also showing off that glitch, that trick I explained before with the chests. While Heisenberger shows off the mountain clip glitch. So the reason why this works here is because, ooh, and he fails the log wall kick. That's a very hard trick. So he's going to do the box jump right here. And he gets it. The reason why that mountain clip works is once you clip into the mountain, you're in a place where you're not supposed to be, obviously, and you're in a pool of water, and if you swim to a certain spot, you're going to be in water so deep that the game doesn't really know what to do, so it just clips you up to the top. As you see right there. And if you do insta-clip, you don't even have to swim in the pool of water. You will clip automatically.
Here we go!
And PantherSpeedruns about to do the board Bowser Substar right here. And it can be a little bit tricky to get on this platform, yeah, you can see right here. But he pulls it off. Ooh, and he slides back down. There's a lot of lag on this star. Oh, I suppose he's on VC, but on Virtual Console on the Wii. But if you are playing on N64, there's a lot of lag there, which can make it hard. Heisenberger fails to get that red coin, but he goes back and gets it without dying. A little bit scary, a little bit of a Monka-S right there. Ooh. Yeah, see, this is another difference between 70 and 120 Star. Is that you do the red coins by themselves in 70 Star. You do not do them with the 100 coins like you do in 120 Star. So Heisenberger's, I presume, because he doesn't normally run 70, not used to doing the red coins on their own, so that's completely understandable. Panther gets the Manta Ray Star in Dire Docks right there. Heisenberger re-enters Tall Mountain in order to do the Waterfall Star. He gets Log Wall Kick right there. And he does the intermediate strat where you side flip right in there. A lot safer because if you do the pro strat, you would wall kick right off without ledge grabbing. Might have been intentional, might have not been to do that ledge grab, but again, it depends on what frame wall kick you get there. Whether that works well for you or not. Panther doing the red coins in Fire Sea right now. And he missed that red coin, which I'm sure players have done many times. I'm sure all players have done their fair share of times. And Heisenberger finishes up Tall Mountain right here. And he enters Snowman's Land. Where you do 5 stars. And he does the pro strat here for Snowman's Big Head, where you do the triple jump, and then you slide back down and wall kick, as you saw there, right up to the Snowman's head. Very seamless movement. Looks very nice to do the star that way. Saves a few seconds over the intermediate way to do it, where you would side flip. It's also a backup. You'd side flip on the platform below and do some wall kicks. Back up. Here he grabs the shell to do the red coins. Takes advantage of that slope to build up speed. And this is another difference between 70 star and 120 star. In 70 star you do the red coins by themselves here. In 120 star you do them with the 100 coins. But he does it quite seamlessly. And despite being a 120 star runner. So that was a good star right there. PantherSpeedruns just entered the Bowser throw section, Bowser fight section for Fire Sea. And you can see Heisenberger here is doing the triple jump. Oh, when he fails it, that's okay. That's very frustrating. That happens to everybody. So, sliding back down onto those spinny guys. But that's okay. He's able to go up the left side, which is a little bit easier. Doesn't lose too much time. Yet again, I will mention Heisenberger's PB, I believe, is a 5240, and PantherSpeedruns' PB is a 11033. PantherSpeedruns achieving his PB 14 days ago. He's a new runner. Heisenberger achieving his 70-star PB 3 months ago. If the site that I'm looking on is updated. So this star is considered one of the easiest in the game, and I was about to say I screwed up my fair share of times. I again spoke too soon. If you mistime it just a little bit, though, I was gonna say, I promise, you will. It does make it difficult because it's really the setup to doing that triple jump that Heisenberger just did into the ice cube there is more so easier to tell your positioning from where you start rather than like a backup. But he enters Tippy here, which is the very last area of the game. PantherSpeedruns doing the 100 coins in Wet Dry World. Ooh, Heisenberger dies right the start of Rainbow Ride on that triple jump. Looks like his wall kick glitched out there. It's very frustrating when that happens. Sometimes it can feel like you couldn't prevent it. I don't believe that he is on PB pace still. I don't think he can get a 52 anymore. Yeah, and he falls again. He can still get a 53, which is a very good time, though, for a marathon. So, I hope he can achieve it. And I believe PantherSpeedruns fell on the Wet Dry World 100 coins, but he makes his way back up to the top. So Heisenberger here is doing Lack 2 bounce, which is a very difficult trick. It's a precise trick where you have to jump. You have to bounce on the Lakitu when he's in just the right position. And it saves a few seconds over the long route up to the cruiser. Heisenberger here is attempting, and he gets it. That's yes. All right, that's a little bit difficult. The left side triple jump to the tricky triangles, but he gets it. Very nice. He bonked on the triangles, but that's okay. He loses a second or so, second or two. Now he's doing the red coins. PantherSpeedruns doing the elevator star in Wet Dry World here. He's going to attempt the wall kicks up to the very top. He falls down, but that's okay. Only loses 10 seconds or so to fall down there. And he grabs the star. Heisenberger finishes up, or Heisenberger has one more star here in Rainbow Ride. And then he's going to move on and do all of the stars in TTC. I believe in 70 star, if you do TTC 100, the only stages where you do all of the stars in are Whomp's Fortress and Tock Clock. TTC meaning Tock Clock. Because they are very short. I believe Tock Clock is the shortest stage in the game. Followed closely behind by Whomp's Fortress. So Heisenberger moves on here. Ooh, it looks like he forgot to get Toad there. That's you do Cloud Stage and then Tock Clock and then Rainbow Ride in 120 star, so it makes sense that he'd forget that there. But so all that does is it makes him miss a cycle that would save a good maybe 4 seconds going into Tock Clock Frozen. And he's doing the triple jump wall kick, triple jump on these spinning platforms, and he gets it. That definitely saves a good few seconds. Because you do it 3 times. While PantherSpeedruns, I believe, finishes up Wet Dry World here with 46 stars. Finishing the top of the town star. Heisenberger doing the triple jump again. Ooh, he fails it, but that's alright. Very difficult. And he falls right there in TTC. These last few stages are very difficult, you have to remember. I see a question in the chat, why Rainbow Ride first in 70 star? I believe it is faster because in 120 star you do the cloud stage first, so you'd go in a different direction. And Heisenberger falls there with the rage pauses. That is, that's an interesting way to go. And he's doing Tock Clock right here. He does not get the safety coin, so if he misses 1 coin or more here, he's going to have to get the backup coins. I'm going to have to agree with Mario Fan on this one. This is a great game to speedrun. It's got very fluid movement. Ooh, wow. He falls on the triple jump. He doesn't die, though. I wonder what he... Okay, he's probably going to do the triple jump here. Attempts it with the side flip. Tock Clock is very hard, guys. It really is. It's a ledge grab skip there. Okay, he knows his backups. He knows what he's doing. This really shows that learning the beginner strats can really help with backups, because that's something that you would only do in a beginner strat without TTC 100. And PantherSpeedruns just finishes up the Tiny Huge Island secrets. Secret Star, 5 secrets. And Heisenberger finishes up Tock Clock 100 coins.
Here we go!
Ooh, Heisenberger with the backflip back up there, getting those tricky wall kicks up to the star. for Stomp on Whomp. While PantherSpeedruns, I think, has 1 star left here in THI? Or maybe 2? No, I want to say 1. 1 star left. And PantherSpeedruns is about to do, I believe, the tip-top of the huge island. Heisenburger falls again in Tock Clock. The nerves are real here at the end of the game, that's for sure. He still has a good lead, though. So he's going to be doing timed jumps on moving bars. Not as much timed jumps because we have the stage frozen for this one, so we can traverse to the top faster. It's a very fluid star. Fluid movement. And their speedrun's getting a Toad Star right here. We get all of the, I believe all of the Toad Stars in the game in the 70-star speedrun. And only one of them in the 16-star speedrun, because there is only one in the basement. We need to get the ones upstairs. Heisenburger has 2 stars left here in Tock Clock before he has 70 and he can move on to the end of the game. Panther and Tall Mountain right here, showing the incline kick strat. If you hold A and you hold forward and you spam B on an incline like that, it can let you, if you do it just right, you can traverse up that incline pathway that you normally slide down. It's an interesting glitch. Yeah, exactly. Time jumps on stationary bars for that one. When we're frozen. So here, Heisenburger will be finishing off Tock Clock with 70 stars by doing the red coins. And he's going to move on to Bowser in the Sky. PantherSpeedruns doing the 8 red coins in Tall Mountain here, as Heisenburger goes up the not-so-endless stairway into Bowser in the Sky. So Bowser in the Sky is also a cycle-based level, as all 3 of the Bowser levels are, because they all have moving platforms. Ooh, Heisenburger going for the angled triple jump dive there, and he gets it. He falls there. That'll make him miss a couple cycles. He gets the backup second try. Just the stylish jump kicks there. So let's see if he goes for triple jump wall kick. I predict that he will. Ah, he doesn't go for it. That's right. I forgot he does, because he does 120 star, you do not do the triple jump wall kick strat in 120 star. And so it makes sense for him not to go for it there. And it only saves maybe 9 seconds, 7 seconds maybe. So his best possible time takes about 40 seconds to do, or 43 seconds to do these throws. So he can get probably a 54-45 or so, as PantherSpeedruns attempts the triple box jump and he falls. Can be tricky to get that angle. Alright, so Heisenburger has 1 throw here, he just needs 2 more. One more throw. And he gets it! There we go, Heisenburger finishing with a 54-minute time as long as he doesn't fall off the platform here. And Heisenburger finishes with a time of 54:54. Very good job. GG to Heisenberger. Very nice job. PantherSpeedruns with, I believe, 2 more stars in Tall Mountain here. So we might be getting an interview, maybe, possibly, with HeisenburgerTV here in just a moment. That's right, Mario Fam, 54-54. PantherSpeedruns showing off an alternate strat to box jump after failing it, doing the long jump there. Another slower way to do it is to jump on the shy guy and flying all the way down. So Heisenberger, if you jump into the waiting room in the Discord, I'll drag you in so I can talk to you if you'd like. If not, you don't have to. PantherSpeedruns using the breeze to his advantage here to grab that star that you normally have to go down a long slide to get to. PantherSpeedruns entering Snowman's land right here.
Here we go!
Heisenberger, my man! How do you feel about that? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello, Heisenberger. How'd you feel about your performance in this race? Heisenberger, my man. How do you feel about that?
So actually,
Hello, Heisenberger.
sorry, I got some echoes going on. Okay, so actually, that run it started off pretty mediocre, and then it had some rough stuff down in basement, but
Right.
that really good fire seat is what brought that run back, and in fact, it was ahead all the way to the end of PHI.
Yeah, man, I was comparing you to my splits, and you were, at some points, you're only a second behind, and my PB is 16 seconds.
I don't think I can hear you.
Oh, you
Sorry,
can't hear
I
me?
didn't have this all set up.
Oh, goodness. Oh, that's a shame. Well, now we know he was ahead of his own PB. Until most likely Tippy, I assume. Unless he said it and I didn't catch
Okay,
that.
sorry about that. I think I got it.
Alright, you can hear me now?
Yeah, sorry.
Alright, cool. Yeah, so I was comparing you to my splits at some points, and you were only like a second behind my splits at some points, and my PB is, I think, 16 seconds worse than yours. You have a 52.40, correct?
Yeah, 52.40.
Yeah, so I could
And-
tell you're on good pace.
Yeah, I felt like it was kind of a mediocre run, but
Yeah, I mean,
when I got
after...
to Fire Sea though.
Right, yeah, Fire Sea, I was glad you got that, you got Lava Boost.
Actually, okay, so I remember now. It was the run was not that bad, but when I got to HMC, I did that triple jump wall kick and I hit the death barrier.
Yeah, the triple box jump, yeah. And I noticed the second time you did it, you held back a little bit more to be safe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I don't blame you.
I couldn't even hit the star that time because I was too scared of dying again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really impressed to see that this run even went into the green for a little bit there, even if it was just for a few splits, because these are the kind of runs I would give up on, but racing has such a different mentality. I have to admit, this is actually really fun.
When you're trying to, when I noticed too in my race, when you're trying to, get performance in front of so many people, you try to play well, so well, and you play better than you might normally when you're on a bad run.
Yeah, another thing is like all the small mistakes don't even matter to me, but if I'm going for a PB, I really care about every mistake. And
Yeah, exactly.
with racing, I get over it instantly. So I think this is actually a really fun way to play the game.
Yeah. How are your nerves throughout the run? Like just playing in a marathon setting.
I was actually kind of nervous. I don't know why. I mean, I felt like it shouldn't be much different from streaming, but yeah, I was definitely really nervous at the start. But like 10 minutes in, I felt pretty normal after that.
When I was doing my run, I was very nervous, and you could tell evidently in my gameplay. But when I was watching you, you're playing pretty seamlessly. So
Yeah, I was amazed how well I was playing with how nervous I was.
yeah. In Rainbow Ride, when you got, I believe that's when. Were you still ahead after Snowman's Land?
No, I was 20 seconds behind at that point.
Okay.
TTM went pretty poorly. Oh yeah, that red coins. Oh.
Yeah, yeah, there was that. Yeah, because you're used to doing the red coins with the 100 coins, I presume.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now I know what to practice.
There's sometimes I could tell throughout the run it was like, oh, that's something you only do in 70 star. I can understand that. I mean, you got lava boost. You got you did the red coins and Snowman's Land pretty well. So
yeah, I actually didn't plan on doing that triple jump over the hill like that. I just kind of did that in the moment, and it worked out.
Yeah, there you go. And in Rainbow Ride, when you did the strat with I believe the left side triple jump wall kick dive for tricky triangles.
Yeah, the tricky triangles.
Yeah, that is a tricky trick right there. I'm glad that you got that.
Yeah, I've been practicing it a lot, and it's been going really well. And
yeah, I could tell you. Yeah, I could tell you were going really fast on that star. You did bonk a little bit, but that was seamless. I could tell.
Yeah.
I think a lot of players have been going at that star recently.
That's a strat where in 120 star, I'm kind of nervous because I have my entire run riding on that. But
yeah, you lose, like what, 15 seconds if you die.
Yeah, something like that, and it saves like 3, I guess. I don't actually know, but that would be my guess.
That's a good amount of time to save, though.
Yeah, not bad.
Definitely more makes more sense than 70 star to go for it if you're nervous for it.
Yeah, especially if it's a race and I can see that I'm ahead. I was watching the stream the whole time.
Yeah. Did you hear me commentating the whole time?
I actually had them muted at one point because I was distracting myself by trying to listen at the same time.
Yeah, I did distract myself when I did the same. I was even typing in chat. I was like, it still worked out in the end. Let's see. You got pillarless second try, so that was good.
Yeah, I was really happy about that.
Luckily.
Pillarless is always scary because actually that first attempt at it, it looked like it was a big bomb to me, but it felt like it was a small one. So when I threw it away, I was like, I really hope I didn't just throw away a big one.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to tell.
I couldn't tell either. Somebody in chat is asking me to ask you about your beard. I'm not sure what they want me to ask you about it. So what's up with your beard? How's it
What's
doing?
up with my beard? Well, I live in Alaska. It's cold here. A lot of people have facial hair and whatnot.
Up a little
bit. I just kind of get my beard trimmed every time I get a haircut and don't worry about it otherwise.
Yeah.
So,
are you the only Alaskan speedrunner you know of, or are there some other ones out there?
Actually, I'm the only active one I know of. I know I've seen a bunch of streamers, but not speedrunners.
Right. Yeah, I got you. Okay, so there you go. That's your first race down, one.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, any of the admins, but I think if the tiebreaker comes down to the times that you got in each race, added up between the person that you're tied with. So do you think that's a good one to start out with in case there needs to be a tiebreaker? Good 54?
It's not horrible. It could have gone better. I mean, towards the end I had 4, actually it was only 2 or 3 deaths, but I fell down TTC several times.
Yeah, 100, TTC 100.
So yeah, the ending was kind of a disaster, but otherwise solid run.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think your potential is for future races?
I'd say, well, if these races are within like the next week or so, because I'm going to be practicing some of these strats, I would say probably like a 51.
51?
51
Okay.
if I had a really good run.
That would be a PB by at least 40 seconds.
Yeah.
So that would be a good run, yeah.
Yeah,
Although,
I have a 30-second time save in Fire Sea, and I actually golded it in this race.
Ooh,
so
nice.
That's pretty cool.
What
Yeah,
was
that's
your-
why I was so stoked.
Let me see that. What was your gold that you got? Do you remember the time?
I could check it really quick.
And PantherSpeedruns just entering TTC right here.
So, best segment, 159. I don't know the 70-star segments very well.
159? Was that? Do you think that was your first sub too?
Yeah, actually, because it was just barely a gold.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely gold it by more because you didn't get the good ending. And
oh yeah, that ending was not how I envisioned it going.
I was wondering when you jumped up onto the narrow ledge and then you jumped again. Did you think that you had ledge grabbed? So you pressed A again.
Yeah, I was aiming for a ledge grab, and then I was spooked when I saw I landed on it. So I jumped to give myself time to react. And
oh, okay. I thought you might have jumped because you were pressing A again to climb up from the ledge grab. But
yeah, it caught me by surprise. I can't really explain how that went.
It was probably a good idea because you could have fallen right off and died. So
yeah,
quick thinking. Do you know? Let's see. Open up the different groups here. So hopefully we'll be able to get Panther in here afterwards, maybe. All right. What groups do we have?
Yeah, he's getting pretty close to the finish line.
Only 4 more stars. And then Bowser in the sky. Let's see. Oh, okay. So you are up against Butterlord.
That's going to be a good one. He just bought me in 120, so...
Ooh, yeah. Is he still playing GameCube controller?
I have no idea. I didn't know he did.
Yeah, he was the best player on M64 with GameCube controller for a while.
Oh wow!
Not sure if he still uses it.
I didn't know anybody played like that.
Yeah. He has a 51, 37, and 70 star. You guys might be the closest matchup in a group. Ooh, Panther falling there.
For sure.
Yeah, you guys are definitely very close in skill level. So that's going to be a very interesting race.
So the way this tournament works is only one person from the group advances. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I believe it works by whoever wins the most races. Everybody races each other, and then whoever wins the most races moves on.
Oh, interesting.
And Butterlord says in chat now that he still plays with the GameCube controller.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining the matches.
Yeah, the GameCube controller for this game, in case you didn't know, is a lot of people don't like it for a few reasons. The left analog stick, I guess it's a little small and the notches aren't all that good. But the main things are that it has a C stick instead of C buttons like the N64 controller. So you have to press, like actually move your thumb on the C stick over each time instead of just pressing a button to change the camera. And also the triggers, you have to press down, I believe, all the way to get the triggers to work for long jumps or ground pounds and stuff like that. So it can be a little bit less accurate. So props to Butterlord for playing with that.
Yeah, it took me several days just to learn how to throw Bowser with a GameCube controller.
Oh, that's right, yeah. So most players will use a backup controller for Bowser throws because it will damage a regular N64 controller's analog stick, which wears down by itself anyway, but when you're spinning it a bunch, of course, it's going to get worn down even more. So they either use a backup N64 controller, maybe a third-party one, a Hori, which is third-party. And I play on a Hori normally anyway, so I don't have to switch controllers, luckily. Or they switch to a RAFnet adapter or some sort of adapter to play with a GameCube controller. So Panther here getting his 68th star, 2 more until.
Yep, 2 more. He just had a finish line. Ooh, almost spoke too soon. I was gonna say he had a devastating fall just a second ago.
Yeah. Let's see if he finishes it up here. So he just a few seconds ago we crossed his PB, which was we passed his PB, which was a 1:10:33. So sadly, that's not possible anymore. But under these nerves, I can see why that happened.
Yeah, I think
Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say I think he mentioned he was playing Odyssey and he keeps trying to throw the cap, so I think he's a little bit rusty.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, trying to throw the cap in Mario 64 because you're used to playing Odyssey. It's a good concept. All right. Thank you so much for the interview, Heisen. We're gonna wrap this up here. And,
all right, no problem.
And I wish you the best of luck later in the tourney.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Okay, thanks so much.
All right, see ya.
So Panther finishing up Tock Clock, same star most runners with, which is the red coins. Ooh, and he just barely misses a star. Sometimes you can back that up by like wall kicking and doing some weird. He just makes his way back up here, grabbing the 70th star at an hour 12 flat. And he's going to make his way back up to the final stage in the game. And I must say, I love these Bowser stages. I really like Bowser stages because it's fun to practice cycle-based stuff because you get a sense of accomplishment when you make the cycle, and you can always go for a harder cycle or something. And another thing is that it's just a very long, like, linear level. I like how the levels in this game are not linear, are non-linear. That makes it, in my opinion, a lot more fun casually and for speedrunning. But it's nice to have some like linear levels to just speed your way through here. And there are of course shortcuts like triple jump wall kick and the triple jump dive, just as examples. So I believe he's going to go for the oh, okay, he's going to ride along with the elevator. That's a safe strat, doesn't lose too much time. And here's a little bit of a shortcut, a little bit of shame, as we call it. Just doing some incline kicks up that and grabbing the pole there. Safe bet to not go for the long jump there because you can get an invisible wall and even die. Puncation lost a West run way back in the day before he had world record, I believe, to getting invisible walls right there. Now he's moving on to the final Bowser throws. He can still get a 1:15 time, possibly a 1:14 if he gets these 3 Bowser throws. And nice, getting the first one. So that's 1. You might be right, Jeremy. Going for 1:42, maybe he already had world record. Missing the second one. Just barely, very close. These Bowser throws are very tricky, and they end a lot of runs, a lot of PB pace or world record pace runs. These Bowser throws were very infamous when Cheese 05 was going for 139 and 120 star. Lost quite a few 139 pace runs to these Bowser throws. Now he's got... This is going to be a little bit tricky. All of the platforms are gone. He just misses it there. Oh no! He hits Bowser and he falls off, trying to grab his tail there. I could definitely see myself doing that. So now we're entering the final Bowser throws again. You can still get a 116. And on the subject of playing with GameCube controllers like we were, I believe Panther is playing on a GameCube controller. I might be wrong. Oh, don't die now. Because he's playing on Virtual Console on the Wii. Oh no, this is bad! Don't get hit by the fire! Okay, he's okay. We're good. You can hear Mario gasping for air here. See that clutch sub 120? Having a little bit of frame drop problems. We can still tell what's going on. It's all good. Almost. We might be frozen here, boys. Oh, and he's completed the game! Yay! And we're done. There we go. Oh, the time of 1:17:57. Great job, PantherSpeedruns. Would you like to come in here for an interview? If you would. Yeah, alright, he's in the waiting room. I'll drag him in. You there, man? Can you hear me? PantherSpeedruns, are you there? Your mic appears to be muted on Discord. Me now? Yes, I can hear you now. We're good.
Hey.
All right, man. Nice job. You finished it up with a 117, barely 117, clutched it out. How did you feel about that run?
It was pretty garbage, dude. You know, I ended up getting
been trying to throw the cap.
Yeah. Odyssey for Black Friday, and you know, I definitely have been playing that a lot more lately.
Did you find yourself? Heisen told me. Did you find yourself trying to throw the cap during the speedrun 64?
Definitely. There was times like in where I accidentally pressed Y, and I was like, "Oh wait, I'm not throwing a cap here. I'm just doing a regular jump." So
You have an
It's just-
excuse. You've been rusty.
Yeah, it's just getting used to the derust and switching the games. I haven't played this game in 2 weeks. I should have done a
Yeah.
derust for the tourney, but I was like, you know what? I am most likely going to lose this match. It's a miracle, so why not just get a derust?
Yeah. Well, there you go. I mean, hey, you still got some other races to go. You're not out of the tournament yet. That's the beauty of this whole group session. How do you think? What's your goal for maybe for the future runs that you do in this tournament?
Right now I'm playing Butterlord on Tuesday, so it's going to be a battle of the GameCube controllers.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
So I just improve, I guess, on this time because I'm not really expecting to be B or get anywhere in this tourney. I'm just kind of doing it for practice.
Yeah, doing it for fun.
I'm using a lot of beginner strats, and I was watching the chat. I was listening to your commentary, which was great, by the way. Good job on that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And I have a really weird route that I do. I created it like when I did my first run like a year ago, knowing zero strats.
Right.
I kind of kept it. Hate rainbow ride that you would do. I'm just not consistent at it at all.
Right. I mean,
So I
yeah,
feel like it's more consistent to do Bomb King instead.
exactly.
So,
That's what I did back in the day when I had a similar time to yours. I did Bomb King and stuff like that. But I remember I was going for my first sub 120, and when I learned the actual route that most people do, or like kind of the beginner version of it, I on a bad run improved my time by like 3 minutes. So, although I think I got Vanish Cap back then, so that was a little bit of a meme route in a way. For some reason, I thought that was a good idea. I did like the Igloo Star.
I definitely think I need to learn the new route. It's just right now, since it was a D-Rust and I'm still thinking I'm throwing Cappy, obviously.
Yeah.
The best choice to do Keen, because Heisenberger was already done when I was like in TTM or something, which congrats to him. That was an awesome run. And
Yeah,
it was really fun watching him too through my on. And so I just didn't want to wait longer when doing that with dying so many times. But
yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, I do appreciate all the support that I got from the chat too, because I'm no runner yet. So that was really cool seeing all the positive messages.
Yeah, I mean, people understand. New runners, like don't always want to start out with the hardest strats. They just want to do the fun stuff at first, and then they improve little by little, so they get the world record, right?
Yeah, definitely. That bits at the end was definitely something.
Yeah, when you hit Bowser while trying to grab his tail, and he fell off, and then he almost died the second time back in. That was pretty funny.
Got to red immediately, and I was like, great, this is going to be a 13-minute Bowser fight segment.
It's a classic move. I've definitely done it.
I've done it before too, unfortunately. The previous PB I had to this one, I had like 3 minutes of time saving bits just because I did the same thing pretty much.
That's funny. Yeah, just learn from your mistakes, man.
Yeah, decent run for a D-Rest though. Yeah. Considering I've had very few runs sub 120 recently, so
yeah.
It's a good start back, and there's been things that have happened to me that have never happened before.
Right. So yeah. Have you ever voided out on the
No, that was my first time. That's usually why I do that strat, because usually you don't void out, but I go.
Yeah, it's when you're trying the I believe that's when you're holding the direction that Mario's facing, gaining too much speed or something. You enter the death zone there. So I think if you just hold back a little bit there, you don't get that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a little Copit's tip of the day for you right there.
Yeah. But definitely I can improve. And again, I want to thank the organizers for doing this awesome tourney and hosting this channel. Again, for coming in through with amazing commentary and an amazing interview. So thank you so much for having me.
Man, of course. Thank you so much. And yeah, it was great interview. And yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up here. So
Awesome.
I wish you luck later in later races. Wish you luck in your Super Mario 64 career.
Thank you. I wish you luck as well. And congrats on that first tourney race to you as well.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, you have a great rest of your SM64 running career, and hey, maybe you'll commentate my next match and have to go through this awful stuff again.
Maybe so. I enjoyed it. All right, see you next time, man.
See ya.
All right, well, there you go. That is the Super Mario 64 70-star tournament race between PantherSpeedruns and HeisenburgerTV. All right, so I'm going to sign off here. We got M-Chan finishing up on SG1, so we'll see how that goes. I'll throw it over there, and stay tuned for that.